I'm Sue Elliott.
And I'm Ed Holen. Welcome to this edition of the Olympia Insider, where the activity isn't really yet focused on the budget down here, but that will be the big topic of the day.
As we've talked to you before, this legislative session, there's a lot of pressures on the budget. We have the education lawsuit where the state Supreme Court said that we weren't meeting our paramount duty for education. And then the Supreme Court also said that we aren't supporting people with mental health issues well enough.
And every legislator that I've talked to so far reinforces those pressures that are on the budget. Yet I hope in the midst of all of that, we don't forget that there are services that are important for people with developmental disabilities and their families that need funding.
You may recall that in the governor's proposed budget, there was two or three big things that I thought we should pay attention to. One was the reduction of the number of people on the Basic Plus waiver. The governor's budget proposes that we reduce it to 500 people instead of 1,000, and then also reducing the individual family support program by half, and that would be 2,500 people from the 5,000.
Let's turn now to Diana Stadden to give us some more detail about the governor's proposed budget.
So Brittany has a page that talks about some of the things that were in the budget. Can you show them the budget page? And we've got little smiley faces by some of these, and we have some frowny faces by some other things. One of the things that we put a frowny face by was last year the legislature said, boy, you guys have 15,000 people sitting on a waiting list for services getting nothing. Even though they qualify, there's just no funding. So they found a way for 5,000 people to get services. And they figured it all out where it wouldn't cost the state any extra money. But then the governor's budget, he only gave us half of those. So we want to make sure that the House and Senate put that full amount in that was intended to be there so that 5,000 people can come off of the wait list. One of the other things that concerns Brittany has to do with transition services. What do you think about the part in the budget for there? What was there?
0.
What's transition services going to do? What does that help you get after you leave school?
A job.
And you want to work?
And yeah.
You want a job, don't you? So we need to use our voices to let our House members, your representatives, and your senators know what is important in this budget that needs to get funded that the governor didn't fund. And you can find all of this information for the bills and for the budget on our website at arcwa.org.
The next step in the big picture for the legislature is to receive what's called a revenue forecast, which will either be happening later this month, later in February, or the first part of March, that talks to the legislators about how much money they can expect to be dealing with in their budget.
And then the House will come out with their budget, and then the Senate. And when that happens, be sure to pay attention to our action alerts and the information we send out so you can look at it to see if there's any items that you want to give feedback to your appropriate legislator.
If you really want to know what you should do today, it's Sue Elliott's birthday. And I think it would be a great idea if you send Sue an individualized email with a whole bunch of happy faces on it to the background tune of Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday, old Sue, Happy Birthday to you. And remember,
change is made by those